What is up, car addicts? Welcome to another video. This will be taking a look at the brand new Declasse Drift Yosemite in GTA Online. This vehicle is officially available today, February 6, 2020 at about 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time is when it released for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And if you don't see it in your game, just restart your game and you'll see it there. It's on the Southern San Andreas website. So this is the Drift Yosemite, the drift version of the normal Yosemite, kind of like how we have the Tampa and then the Drift Tampa, the one that doesn't drift. Hopefully this one drifts decently well, I hope. Well, after we customize it and all that, I guess we'll see when we take it outside. But in the description for this is actually pretty funny as well. So as far as the pricing goes, trade price $981 and buying up price of 1.3. So obviously to get the trade price, you have to complete the Casino Heist finale as a leader using this vehicle as a getaway vehicle. So you have different getaway cars to choose from. When you do the setups and all that, you want to make sure that you choose this one, and you actually have to complete it as leader in order to get that trade price. So a lot of people asking me, what if they're one of the members in their friend's heist, and they use the Drift Yosemite as a getaway vehicle? Will that give them a trade price? No, it's only for the heist leader. So even if you use these vehicles in your friend's heist, it's only for the leader, not just because you used it. So keep that in mind. I mean, it would make sense if Rockstar would have done that, but they try to make everything harder to make you spend more money. So anyways, I already bought it. $1.3 million. The normal Yosemite is about 500,000. Is 485,000. So this one's about double the price roughly. So keep that in mind. So here it is right here. And I parked the regular Yosemite next to it just so you can kind of compare the size difference and all that. It's basically the same vehicle. Obviously, this one is has a wide body and it just looks insane. So cool. You also got the racing seats in there. So the regular Yosemite is in the muscle cars class. The Drift Yosemite also in the muscle cars class. So this one, the regular Yosemite, you guys know it's one of the best all-rounders for muscle car races with turns and all that, which is quite surprising considering it's a custom pickup truck, but Rockstar. The regular Yosemite is on bags, so it has the air suspension. When you start driving, it goes up. When you stop, it goes down. This one is not on bags. This one has a fixed suspension. And then I went ahead and parked some other vehicles, like the Drift Tampa right here, kind of like we were talking about earlier. So it looks great. So what is this vehicle primarily based off of? I'm sure many of you know, but it's based off Chemblock's Hoonitruck. Now here's the caveat. Chemblock's Hoonitruck is based off a Ford F-150. Now Rockstar, they decided to use the Yosemite, which is based off a second-gen Chevy C10. So I mean, they did do a few little minor differences. Rockstar, they can't always copy it identical. But I mean, it's pretty close, all things considering, except this one's kind of like a Chevy and Chemblock's is a Ford. Also to note, Chemblock's Hoonitruck uses a EcoBoost V6 with big twin turbos making over 900 horsepower. The Drift Yosemite in GTA, when you pop the hood when we go outside, I'll show you, it appears to be an LS with the twin turbos, and it also has like a V8 exhaust note instead of like a crappy V6 exhaust note in my opinion. So yeah. So I think we can get into the customization now. Let's go ahead and do that. Right on my D-pad to modify. So you can see there, muscle cars class on the bottom right. Alright, so armor, brakes, bumpers. Okay, so you have a stock front bumper. You have front bumper delete, so you got a smooth front bumper area like that. The front the no bumper with the chin spoiler. Then you can bring the bumper back with the chin spoiler. Then you got a chin spoiler and front splitter with the little reinforcement brackets. Then you got a smooth bumper. Okay, so it's the bumper with no license plate. Okay. Then you got all the different variants of that. And then you have a vented valence bumper with the fog lights and then a splitter. Okay, both different. Oh wow, one with fog lights, one without fog lights. Okay. Not bad. So the closest one to, because the real truck kind of has like a front bumper, but it's not chrome, obviously. So I'm going to try to make it as close as possible to Chemblock's Hoonitruck. I want to try to do the build, see how close we can get it. So none of these bumpers you can have them be dechromed, unfortunately, in like primary color. So we're gonna have to go with the no bumper and the chin spoiler. That's gonna be the closest. Rear bumper, obviously bumper delete. It looks so much cleaner without the bumper in the back as well. An engine, full engine, exhaust. So this one has the titanium exhaust tips, or you can do the chrome tip exhaust. So there's no option to have the exhaust come out the back. It's only out the sides like the real Hoonitruck. So that's sick. The real one, it's got like it doesn't have titanium tips. It's got kind of like aluminum exhaust tips. They're not really chrome. So I mean, you can kind of pick and choose which one you prefer. I'm gonna go with the titanium. I think it looks kind of cool. So it's all up to you. A front grille. You got primary, secondary, primary grille and dechrome, and then the secondary grille and dechrome. So I'm gonna go with the primary and the dechrome. A hood. You have a secondary hood color. Then you got the rusty hood, carbon hood, ram air hood, and then the secondary ram air hood. So unfortunately, there's no hood option, as I know some people out there like to make clean builds out of this, not necessarily, you know, a full chem block build. They want to just make a clean, wide body C10. So unfortunately, there's no smooth hood option without the, you know, the turbo sticking out of the hood. I guess the closest would probably be this one, but they don't really have just a full smooth version, unfortunately. But obviously, we're going for the chem block build, so we're gonna do the secondary hood color option, because the chem block truck, the hood is actually like a matte black, whereas the truck is kind of like a really dark matte gray. So I'm going to try to make it as close as we can with the parts we have in GTA. So I'm going to go secondary colored hood. Okay, headlights, we'll keep them yellow. Livery, alright, so here we go with the liveries. You got yellow flames, blue flames, track master. You got all the logos on the side. And a lot of these are just like recycled from the normal Yosemite. You got the dark cutout. You got the Patriot. You got Rat Race, like a rusted out race truck. That's sick. You got Faded Flames, awesome. You got Ron Racing, that's a cool one. I guess you can kind of do like a, imagine this was like a very bright blue. It will look kind of like golf colors a little bit. You got the Drift Assault, I love this. You got the American flag, got the camo on there, that's just so sick, I love that. You got the Raga Rum, here is the livery. This is the, as close as you can get to the chem block Hoonitruck. I mean, Rockstar made it, I mean, very similar for the most part. I think it looks sick. We're gonna do that. And once we paint it, you'll see it all kind of come together. License plates, I don't think I have one. Oh wow, that's funny. We don't have any plate showing on this. That is hilarious. So, wow, that's funny. So I guess we'll just leave it like that. I guess if you put, you know, front bumper back with the plate or the rear bumper, then you can kind of get it. I don't even remember if the rear bumper had the plate. Did it? It did. Okay, that's funny. Oh my goodness. All right, so I guess we'll ignore that one. Respray. All right, here we go. So you go to the matte gray, and that's gonna be the closest. You can see the matte black kind of hides that livery, you know, the pattern they gave it. So you definitely don't want to do that. You want to do the matte gray, and then secondary, we're gonna go with the matte black. Look at that. That is extremely similar. Love that. All right, Kremlin would go right there on the side of the door if you want. Awesome. Roll cage. So you got the normal roll cage here. You got the reinforced bar at the back with the fuel cell like that. Then you got the high roll bar. So this one's up to you. I mean, the normal truck, the actual, you know, the Hoonitruck, it has a bar that goes up, but it doesn't go as high as this one does. It kind of goes like through the rear glass area. And I think this one with the fuel cell looks a little more realistic, because the real truck has all this exposed back here. Again, it's up to you. I'm still kind of not too sure which one to go with, but I guess I'm gonna go with this one.
There it is.
Roof. So you got a black rubber bed cover. You can cover all that. Primary, secondary, and then a rusty bed cover. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rear spoiler. You can see that it does add traction, so you have to make sure you put one of these options on there. I mean, if you want the traction, you know, this is more of like a drift truck, so I guess you'd probably want less traction. I don't know. We got short tailgate spoiler. You can see the difference there. It's like a little ducktail lip. I love that. That is awesome. Very nice. You got the mid tailgate spoiler. You got the bed caps. Then you got the tall tailgate spoiler. This is very similar to the Hoonitruck truck. The one on the Hoonitruck truck looks more like a drag wing rather than this one. Looks kind of like more like a NASCAR truck kind of wing. So I mean, it's all up to you. And then you got all these different wings here. Again, most of these are just recycled from the normal Yosemite. So I'm gonna go with this one.
You've got an eye for this stuff.
Suspension, yes, definitely. You got this one, this one, this one, and then boom, competition almost to the ground. That's definitely the one you want on there. So we're gonna do the competition. Sun strips, yes, definitely. Transmission. Bed liners. So you got rusty bed liner, primary, secondary, rubber. Got the chrome anti-skid, kind of like diamond plate. You got the light wood bed, old, raised rubber, raised wood. Wow, so you got all the different variants there. Like I stated before, this truck, this whole section is kind of like exposed. You can see suspension components, the fuel cell, pretty much everything back here. So it's up to you. I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, or maybe just the rubber anti-skid. I'll probably just do that, the rubber anti-skid. Turbo tuning, definitely. Alright, wheels. So, the stock wheels are paintable. However, it's only the dish. So the lip of the rim, that's the only part that can be painted if you do decide to paint the stock wheels using whatever method you choose. And the stock wheels are pretty similar to the real one, but the real one kind of has like a 5-spoke design. This is more like a multi-spoke design, which is a little different. So you can try to get it as close as you can to the real truck if you do want to keep that 5-spoke design, but kind of lose the little you know, the 2-piece or 3-piece kind of wheel look to it. You can do this one if you want the smaller rim, the stanced EG, or if you want the bigger rim, which is what I'm gonna do, you can go here to sport. Again, it's not identical, but I do prefer a little more than the stock one. And that is this one right here, the Wang Master. Love that. I'm gonna do that. Wheel color. I'm gonna go with the, I believe, dark copper. Probably the closest. Yep. Got a dark copper on there. I think that's probably the closest. What does the gold look like? Way too bright. Okay, definitely the dark copper. Windows. Obviously, a real truck doesn't have windows. But I mean, window tints. So I'm not gonna really throw it on there. All right, so there we go. Fully maxed out. Pretty much 100% done. I think it looks sick. That is so awesome. So let's go ahead and back out here. Let's exit to the ground and let's see if this thing can drift. I'm really hoping it does. I hope Rockstar learned their lesson from before. Let's see. All right. Thank you, LJT. Appreciate it. All right, let's see how it sounds. Okay, this to me seems like the monster truck engine sound that they just copy and pasted, but the idle is different. Okay, that's pretty funny. Alright. Just floor it. Alright. Okay, I think it does. Wow, you saw it. That's ridiculous. We had so much wheel spin there. Okay, let's see. Go slow. From what I've been told, it only drifts at low speeds. Well, it's slow speeds, I should say. Well, you can see the back wheels are locked. What the heck? Oh my goodness. I think they actually put some drifting oh wow! Holy crap! It's like you're driving on ice when you're going at low speeds. What the heck? Okay, so they actually did make it drift. But then supposedly at high speeds it isn't. Oh my goodness. Yeah, once you slow down, let's do a corner at higher speeds, it still wants to drift. Okay. Alright. Rockstar actually put some effort into it. Let's go slow here. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Wow. Oh my god. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe what this drifts like. It kind of drifts like when you slam cars, when you try to drift with them, certain cars. Kind of feels like that, but kind of like combined with snow. I don't really know how to explain it, but that is ridiculous. And again, it really only does it like at lower speeds, from what I can tell. Wow, this definitely. I don't really drift vehicles in GTA that much, but this will definitely take some getting used to. But I'm sure some of the experts out there are definitely going to be able to create some insane videos with this thing, drifting around and all that. Well, you guys know I always try to recommend whether this vehicle is worth it or not. So, based on the fact that Rockstar actually put in the effort and the mechanics, you know, as best they can without ruining other parts of the game, that it can actually drift for the most part. I guess I have to recommend it. And obviously, I'm awful at this because I haven't practiced at all, but this will definitely take some practice and getting used to. I like to spin out a lot. Again, like I stated before, it kind of drifts like when you slam a car, when you shoot it and all that. That's what it feels like it's drifting like to me. So, yeah, that's so sick. So I'm going to have to recommend it. I do feel it's worth it. Only if you get the trade price, though. Under $1 million for a chem block drift truck, I don't think that's too bad considering GTA's inflation. Without the trade price, however, 1.3 million, I do think that's pushing it a little. But definitely try to get the trade price if you can. I think it's definitely worth it at that price, or just wait for a discount. But all in all, not bad. I think it's really cool. Rockstar did a very good job. So, vehicle doors, let's see. Oh, look at that. Even with the big spoiler, the tailgate still opens. It looks like a ramp. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Got our bedliner there with the fuel cell. Got the carbon fiber racing seats, which, I mean, is pretty much a stock interior for the most part, but with just the racing seats. Obviously, we got the roll cage in there as part of the this rear option with the fuel cell. So there you go. We're pretty much like a twin turbo LS. That is sick. It looks like your secondary color is the valve cover. That's awesome. Got the turbos sticking out there. It looks sick. This engine model was used in another vehicle as well. I think the Nebula Turbo engine swap option, I believe, had this engine model here. Awesome. Looks sick. I like it. Job well done, Rockstar. We didn't get the F1 cars today. We should get them next week. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get the F1 cars next week. Rockstar's release schedule with the cars has been ridiculous. You know, people have leaked on Twitter the websites with all the different vehicle prices and stuff. And then, you know, we usually try to calculate it based on the websites. Usually they go back and forth. San Andreas and Legendary and like that, back and forth. But they've been going, I mean, they've been doing like 2 websites in a row or 3 websites in a row. And now this time they did Legendary last time, and now the right afterwards, I don't even know what they're doing anymore. We should get the F1 cars next week. It's extremely likely. I'm like 90% sure. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I know this is a very anticipated truck. I'm sure some of you have driven it in the heist already, but once you max it out and kind of make it your own, I think it's a lot more enjoyable. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.